Hi, this is the first lesson on trigonometry. Today we will cover trigonometrical ratios. Here in the box we have a right angle triangle. This angle is 90 degrees and we are given the angle here as x. The side opposite this right angle is called a hypotenuse. And this side is called the opposite side. It's opposite the angle x here, the angle under consideration. And the side here is called the adjacent side. Sine x, the sine of the angle x here, is equal to the length of the opposite side divided by the length of the hypotenuse. So it's this length here divided by this length for the sine of this angle. I can represent this as the letter O from the word opposite, divided by the letter H from the word hypotenuse. The cosine of this angle x is the length of the adjacent side divided by the length of the hypotenuse. And it's shown here. And I represent this with the letter A from adjacent, divided by H. Thirdly, the tangent of the angle x is the opposite side divided by the adjacent side, or O divided by A. From the letters S, O, and H, I can form the acronym SO, S-O-H, or SO. And from the letters C, A, and H, we have the acronym CAH here, car. And TOA from the acronym TOA. Students in Singapore can remember the formulas here from the acronym TOA CAR SO, which means big-footed auntie in the Hokkien dialect. So if you remember this acronym, you can work out questions like this quite easily. Now, we start with a simple question. Write as a fraction the values of each of the following: sine x, cos x, and tangent x, and sine y, cosine y, and tangent y. X is here, so the side here is the opposite side, and this is the adjacent side, and the side opposite the right angle is always the hypotenuse. So we are given the opposite side as 3 cm long, adjacent side is 4 cm, and the hypotenuse 5 cm. Now we have to write down as a fraction the value of sine x. Sine x will be opposite over the hypotenuse as shown in the acronym here. So, SOH, opposite over hypotenuse. So, we have 3 over 5 because the opposite side is 3 and the hypotenuse is 5. Now for cosine of the angle x is the adjacent side over the hypotenuse as given in the acronym here. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, so it's 4 divided by 5. Now the tangent x of the angle x is opposite over the adjacent side. So it's 3/4. Next, we go on to sine y. Notice the angle y is here. So the opposite side is this. It's not here. This is the opposite side. And this is no more the opposite side, is the adjacent side. Because it's next to the angle y. So it's called the adjacent side. Now sine y will be opposite over the hypotenuse, so it's 4/5. Cosine y is adjacent over hypotenuse, and the adjacent side is 3, so it's 3/5. And tangent y is opposite over adjacent, so it's 4/3. Okay, now let's look at another example. We have this question here. Given this triangle, the side here is 8 cm and the side here 13 cm. We are asked to find the angle x. Now let's see how we can apply the formulas here to work out the value of x. Since the angle is here, this 8 cm must be the length of the opposite side. And this must be the hypotenuse, because it is opposite the right angle. Now, since we are given the opposite side and the hypotenuse, and we are asked to find the angle here, let's refer to the formulas. Which of these formulas require the use of the opposite and the hypotenuse? We notice that it is the sine of the angle. So we can write this down as sine x is equal to the opposite side over the hypotenuse, which is 8/13. Now let's use our calculator to find the value of 8 divided by 13. We should get the value 0.6154 when rounded up to 4 decimal places. So to find the angle x, we have to take the inverse sine of this value here. So our next step is just press the shift key and the sine key, followed by the equal sign. You should get the value 37.98 degrees. When rounded up to 1 decimal place, you should get 38.0. In the exam, answers for angles should always be written to 1 decimal place. So that's the answer for the angle x.